Welcome to the North Carolina Testing Program online assessment tutorial. In this video tutorial, you will learn about the features of online testing and the different question types you might experience while taking a North Carolina state-mandated test. This is not a test and you will not receive a score. As you look at your device, you should see a screen that says Start. During the actual test, you will see your name, your student identification number, and your school name at the top of the screen. You will see an exit button on every page, but do not click the exit button because it will log you out of the test. While you are answering questions on the test, be careful not to click, hover, or touch for touchscreen devices near the edge of the screen. Doing this will close your screen and you will have to be logged back into the tutorial. Scroll bars are available if you cannot see the entire screen. I will click the Start button to begin the tutorial. A pop-up box displays asking you to confirm the tutorial before beginning. As seen on the screen, you will see the name of the tutorial we will be working through today. This is the EOC High School English 2, NC Math 1, NC Math 3, and Biology tutorial. I will now click OK to continue. Question 1 is now displayed on the screen. Near the top of the screen is a toolbar with several tools you will learn about today. The practice question is below the toolbar. To move from question to question during the tutorial, I will use the navigation buttons located at the bottom of the screen. The first 5 questions are reading. Look at question 1. The information for you to read is on the left side of the screen, and the question and answer choices are on the right side of the screen. There is a divider bar in the middle if you want to adjust the screen. If the passage is too big for the screen, there will be a scroll bar you can use. Let's look at the tools on the toolbar at the top of your screen. Most of the tools may be clicked one time to turn them on and clicked a second time to turn them off. First, find the tool that looks like a curved arrow. This is called the Reset tool. You will not be able to click the Reset tool until you mark an answer choice and the arrow turns black. Use the Reset tool if you need to clear the answer choice you selected. For question 1, I selected answer choice A, and the Reset tool arrow turned black. Now I'll click the Reset tool. A caution message appears on the screen to make sure I really want to clear my answer choice. Now I will click the Reset button in the caution box to remove the answer and reset the answer choices. You will see the answer choices have been reset. Now let's look at the next tool on the toolbar. The next tool is the Flag tool, which allows you to flag any questions you want to review later. There are 2 ways to flag a question. You can either click the square box to the left of the word flag, or you can click the flag button. Clicking the square box or the flag button will put a check mark in the square box. To remove the check mark, click the flag button or the square box again. For multiple choice questions, you will have a tool that looks like a circle with an X over it. This is the Strike tool. When you click it, your pointer becomes an X. This tool allows you to put an X on answers you don't think are correct. I will now click on the Strike tool and click Answer C. You will see an X has been placed over answer choice C. If you would like to remove an X from any answer choice, click the X to remove it. When you are ready to answer the question, click the strike button again to turn off the strike tool. Now we'll look at the navigation buttons. The navigation buttons are below the question. The first button takes you back to the first question. The back button moves the screen back one question. The pause button opens a screen that keeps other students from seeing your screen during stretch breaks, or if you must leave your device before finishing. The next button moves the screen to the next question. The review button takes you to the end of the section. Now I will click the next button at the bottom of the page so that question 2 displays on the screen. You will now learn how to use the 3 highlighter tools. The first highlighter tool looks like a small highlighter pen and lets you highlight words. When you click the highlight tool, the tool is turned on and your pointer changes to an icon that looks like a highlighter. To use it, click, hold, and drag your pointer over the text you want to highlight on the screen. When you are finished with the highlight tool, click the highlight button to turn it off. The second highlighter tool looks like a highlighter pen with a line through it. This tool allows you to erase some of the highlight you added to words. Click the tool to turn it on, and your pointer becomes the unhighlight tool. To use it, click the screen and use your pointer like you would use an eraser on paper to remove highlight from words. I will practice using this tool by erasing some of the highlight I had on the screen when I used the first highlighter tool. When I am finished, I will click the unhighlight button to turn it off. The third highlighter tool looks like a highlighter pen with an X through it. This tool lets you remove or clear all the highlight at one time. I will click the unhighlight button to remove all the highlight on the screen. Question 2 is a drag and drop question. I will read the information provided on the screen for question 2 and select an answer by dragging and dropping the answer into the empty box. I will click the next button at the bottom of the page so that question 3 displays on the screen. We will now look at the final tool on the toolbar. Find the icon with a question mark inside a circle. This is called the Help tool. If you can't remember how the tools or navigation work, you can click the Help button. Watch how to click the Help tool now. You will see explanations of different tools and navigation buttons. When you click on the Help tool, there may be some information that you do not need. Some question types only appear on certain tests. You can click outside of the Help screen to close the box. Question 3 is a text select question. I will read the directions and determine if one or more answers should be selected. The answers I select appear at the bottom of the screen. I will select my answer for question 3 by clicking on the correct sentence from the choices provided. I will click the next button at the bottom of the page so that question 4 displays on the screen. Question 4 is a drag and drop question. I will read the information provided on the screen for question 4 and select an answer by dragging and dropping the answer into the empty box. I will click the next button at the bottom of the page so that question 5 displays on the screen. Question 5 is a text replacement question. I will read the question and information provided on the screen for question 5. I will select an answer by clicking on one of the 4 choices. You will notice that as I click on one of the choices, for instance, the word varied, the word is inserted into the quoted text. The word is also bold and underlined. As a reminder, if you want to reset your answer choice, the Reset tool will reset the question back to how it was first presented. I will click Next on the bottom of the screen. The next question is a constructed response that requires a written answer. After reading the text on the left side of the screen and the question, I will use the keyboard to type my answer in the space provided. I have typed, "This is where you type your answer," to show you how to type in the box. I will click Next on the bottom of the screen. For students who have the test read aloud in English accommodation for mathematics and/or science, audio buttons will appear next to the text that can be read aloud by the device. To hear the text read aloud, you will need to click each audio button. The next 3 questions are biology questions. Question 7 is a multiple choice question. I will read the question and then choose an answer. As you see, I've chosen answer choice C. I will now click the Next button at the bottom of the screen. As you look at question 8 on the screen, you will see that this question is a drag and drop question type. I will read the information on the left side of the screen in order to drag and drop each answer choice into the corresponding empty boxes. Watch as I drag and drop each answer choice now. Now that I have my answer choices in place, I will click Next to go to question 9. Question 9 is a text selection question. I will read the question and follow the directions. I will choose 2 answer choices. If you click more than 2 choices or change your mind about a choice, click the Reset button to clear the choices selected. Now I will click and choose 2 answers. Once both of my answers are selected, I will click Next at the bottom of the screen. Now I will begin the mathematics portion of the tutorial. A calculator is not allowed for these 2 questions. I will follow the instructions on the screen to answer each of these questions. Question 10 is a multiple choice question. I will read the question and select an answer. I have selected answer choice A. I will now click Next at the bottom of the screen. Question 11 is a numerical entry question. I will read the question and type my answer in the box. The keyboard is used to type the answer to the question. You will see I have typed 3/4 3/4. Clicking either Next or Review moves us to the section Summary. This screen shows you the number of questions you completed and the number of questions you flagged to go back to later. If you answered the question, there will be an asterisk under it. If you flagged the question to go back to later, it will have a question mark under it. If you didn't answer every question, or if you want to go back and check the questions you flagged, click the question number and it will take you back to that question. I will click a question number to show you how this works. When you are finished checking your answers, click the Review button. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen. A caution box appears asking if you are sure you want to go to the next section. Once you move past this screen, you will not be able to return to these questions. I will click the Next button in the caution box. I will now begin the calculator active part of the mathematics questions. For these questions, you are allowed to use the online calculator, a handheld calculator, or both if you choose. I will click Continue to move to the first calculator active question. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, you should see a small calculator. This is the online calculator. When I click on the calculator, it will open on the screen. I will use the calculator to answer question 1 in the calculator active section. After using the calculator, I have chosen answer choice C. I will click Next to move to the next question. Question 2 in the calculator active section is a drag and drop question. I will read the question and drag and drop my answers under each problem. Remember, the calculator is available if needed. Watch as I do this now. I will click Next now. Question 3 is a text select question. I will read the question and choose all answers that apply. Watch as I do this now. I will click Next now. Question 4 is a targeted drop question. I will read the question and drag each answer to the appropriate box. Notice that box 1 has a corresponding column, column 1, with answer choices specifically for that box. There is a box 2 and a box 3 that have corresponding columns. Watch as I choose an answer for each box from the correct numbered column. Once I have finished dragging and dropping my answers, I will click the Next button. This screen is the test summary page for the last 4 mathematics questions I answered. Remember, you are able to go back to any questions in this section if you want to review your answers. To review a question, you simply click the question number. This is the end of the tutorial. I will click the End Test button. A caution box will pop up on the screen after I click End Test. I cannot go back to answer any of the questions after I click End Test. I will click the End Test button now. You have completed the online assessment tutorial video.